Ooh, close call there. Cutting off somebody, and now LAPD.
In the heart of Los Angeles, a tactical pursuit unfolded that tested the limits of both law enforcement and public safety. What began as a routine following in the San Fernando Valley quickly escalated into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse across the city's busiest freeways. The suspects, believed to be armed and dangerous, pulled off a calculated and risky vehicle swap in Hollywood.
The last-minute move off of the freeway, and there's the crash.
Moving from their initial getaway car into a tan sedan, they attempted to vanish in the midday traffic, but the eye in the sky remained locked on their position. The desperation reached a breaking point at Alvarado Street. Attempting to bypass gridlock, the driver blew through a red light, resulting in a violent sandwich collision with cross traffic. Despite significant structural damage to the vehicle, the pursuit didn't end there. The suspect jumped back onto the 101, pushing the battered car to its absolute limit.
Are you looking off the nose? Welcome as you join us live on ABC7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels. Chris Christie up in Air 7 over a following in Hollywood. You can see the California Highway Patrol is tracking a suspect vehicle. There have been several suspects in this caper that switched cars and jumped into this car here. This is now the vehicle in question as they try and arrange for LAPD to get behind these suspects and get them pulled over. They are believed to be armed and dangerous, and as you can see from this shot right here, traveling at a pretty high rate of speed on surface streets in Hollywood, right along Rosewood Avenue, turning southbound on Serrano Avenue. Now, you saw just moments ago several people, men and women, jumping out of the car, a couple earlier jumping out of the car and then back in the car. We don't know who's who here, but this suspect vehicle is definitely going to be the vehicle in question for now as the California Highway Patrol tracks their movements and arranges for LAPD to catch up with the suspect. As you can see, running through stop signs, driving erratically and at high speeds at times on surface streets here in Hollywood. Yeah, stand by. This is as close as we can get. Yeah. Copy. Once again, we're continuing to follow this suspect vehicle that is now traveling southbound on the 101 freeway. Again, this is connected to an earlier crime. LAPD was tracking several suspects down the 101 freeway in a different vehicle when that suspect eventually got off of the 101 freeway at Melrose and jumped into this vehicle. Now there's been several other people dropped off in the last 20 minutes, and now you can see this vehicle is the getaway vehicle for at least a driver and some other suspects inside of this car as California Highway Patrol and the LAPD try and track this suspect down. You can see weaving across all lanes of the 101 freeway, now stuck in 101 traffic, but the driving has been very erratic. You saw moments ago just off the freeway, blowing through stop signs, blowing through red lights, and eventually finding, I believe, her way back onto the 101 freeway. It looked to me like a female driver, but that is not confirmed either. It looked to be a female driver with other people inside the car, now jumping over the concrete gore point there and frustrated with this rush hour traffic, looking for an opportunity to get back off of the 101 freeway. LAPD trying to make their way into this area. And if she gets off the freeway, that'll help a bit. And if she stays on the freeway, she's not going to travel very fast. And that'll give them an opportunity to catch up with her as well. Not clear at this point whether there are any law enforcement eyes on this suspect. It is a male, okay. So 2 females out of the vehicle, a male driver taking over the wheel, and you can see back over the gore point looking for any opportunity to get off the freeway. He is stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is the southbound side of the 101 freeway at Alvarado Street in the Westlake District. Ooh, close call there, cutting off somebody, and now LAPD in pursuit of that vehicle as he made a last-minute move off of the freeway, and there's the crash. Cross traffic through the red light. 2 vehicles, one from the left, one from the right, slamming into that vehicle, and now the pursuit continues southbound on the 101 freeway. LAPD chasing him right through the red light, and you saw he got kind of sandwiched in there with cross traffic on his left and right. Getting back on the 101 now, things have been amped up dramatically with now 2 LAPD units right behind. I believe this is LAPD. I can't confirm, actually. It could actually be CHP. It looks like it's CHP. 2 CHP vehicles and a motorcycle unit right behind them as he continues southbound on the 101 freeway. Those do look like California Highway Patrol enforcers. So yeah, this is escalated dramatically here in the last few seconds as he now continues on the southbound side, still looking for any opportunity, now riding on the shoulder, trying to get around heavy traffic here. You can see those CHP officers really close behind him, another CHP cruiser pulling into position as well. Traffic opening up a little bit, and this pursuit has now taken on a whole new profile as they chase this suspect or suspects down the freeway here. Looks like maybe getting off at the 110 freeway. Right at the 4 level, getting onto the southbound side of the 110. Southbound 110 freeway from the 101 at the 4 level. If you're wondering why we're shooting this so far away, we are actually skirting around the Dodger Stadium TFR. We're going to try and keep an eye on this pursuit from afar until we get on the south side of the security ring around Dodger airspace. So we're going to come around Dodger Stadium here about 3 miles away. We're going to continue to keep our camera trained on this pursuit as California Highway Patrol tries to keep that suspect in line here. They're trying to keep up with him as he picks up tremendous speed here through downtown LA. Much less traffic on the southbound side of the 110 freeway He had some really heavy traffic on the 101. Even the northbound side of the 110 is moving very slow, but you can see here in this shot, southbound traffic on the 110 is moving, and that is the route they're going to take to get probably into South L.A. Again, California Highway Patrol, now the lead agency in this pursuit. Again, this started as an LAPD following in the San Fernando Valley in a different vehicle, suspects jumping into this tan sedan, and you can see some very heavy damage on that passenger door. That's a result of that crash at Alvarado Street as he went through the red light, got sandwiched in between cross traffic. He took a hit to the passenger side. The driver's side also took a hit, and he kept on going. Got right back on the freeway, 101 freeway at Alvarado, all the way to the 110, and now we're on the southbound side of the 110 freeway, passing LA Live. Through Pico, vehicle picking up speed here, doing about 80 to 90 miles per hour. Wide open southbound 110. CHP trying to catch up. How far back are they? I don't want to lose them, Rob, but yeah, they're right behind him. They still have a good visual on the suspect. Still 110 south, Kyle, yep. Looks like a flat tire. Either, yeah, that right rear tire is now flat. Possibly a result of that collision, hard to say. Maybe the tire started to come off there. I can't imagine any other way, actually, that he would have lost all that air, but it does look like he's now riding on at least one flat tire on the right rear.
The desperation reached a breaking point at Alvarado Street. Attempting to bypass gridlock, the driver blew through a red light, resulting in a violent sandwich collision with cross traffic. Despite significant structural damage to the vehicle, the pursuit didn't end there. The suspect jumped back onto the 101, pushing the battered car to its absolute limit.
Yep, right rear tire smoking. We've caught him again. He's now continuing through Expo Park, and it looks like this may be. Can you? I'm trying to the scanner, Rob. Can you tell if that's LAPD or CHP? There might be both involved here. At least 2 CHP units. That's an LAPD unit. So 2 LAPD units right behind. California Highway Patrol possibly pulling out some heavier smoke coming from that right rear rim you saw moments ago. That LAPD airship flying through the shot here as we, again, try and catch up with him. We're now traveling southbound on the 110 freeway. Looks like he's might be getting off at Vernon. He's at the Vernon Avenue exit, encountering a lot more traffic. Once again, LAPD, the lead agency here. I thought it was CHP. For a time, there were both agencies behind him, and now you can see LAPD taking over this pursuit once again. Again, this was originally an LAPD following. Suspects believed to be armed and dangerous, and now the pursuit continues here in South LA, southbound side of the 110 freeway, passing 51st Street, where once you get south of downtown, this time of the day, you can expect very heavy traffic, and that's what we're seeing here as the tail end of the rush hour continues. Very heavy traffic on the 110 Harbor Freeway, and he may be looking for an opportunity to get off here. No, he bypasses 51st, and that right rear tire just came flying off that vehicle. That tire just spun off, and how many units are in there, Rob? It's 1, 2, 3 LAPD units and an airship overhead tracking his every movement. He's going to start to realize that yeah, I see. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so there's about a dozen units ahead of him that may be getting into position to intercept this pursuit, unless they're going somewhere else. They're on a different. Okay, they're all trying to catch up. They're all trying to catch up with this suspect. About 10 units trying to catch up in the truck lanes. And coming around here, they're going to have an opportunity to merge with the main lanes of the 110 freeway, and there are a lot more units about to join this pursuit. Look at all of them coming down the left side of your screen. these may be units from the valley. I'm not sure which division they're from, quite frankly. But in any event, the suspect's now getting off in the 60s, southbound 110 freeway. Is he going to go through the red light? Making a left turn at the red light, going the wrong way, under the freeway, going eastbound on Gage, eastbound Gage. Eastbound Gage under the freeway, coming out onto Broadway, through Broadway, and continuing eastbound on Gage. Eastbound Gage, LAPD with a full pursuit contingent following him off the freeway. A bunch of them were already committed. They're going to probably be getting off the freeway to try and catch up with this termination once it finally does come to an end. This pursuit probably on limited time here, with that right tire flying off the vehicle, continuing eastbound on Gage Avenue. Vehicle continuing to travel at a high rate of speed through surface streets, slowing down a little bit now. Next major is going to be San Pedro, through San Pedro Street, eastbound Gage. So it does sound like these are West Valley LAPD units that are in pursuit. Now that's where this pursuit starts.
The pursuit finally hits a dead end in South L.A. at 62nd and Gage. The suspects abandon the smoking vehicle, launching a frantic foot bail through private property. Officers have their guns drawn as they form a massive perimeter, closing the net on these suspects after a wild journey from the valley to South Los Angeles.
Officers with their guns drawn now, with the suspects in sight right along this block here after running from the vehicle. They're right in here somewhere, running through private property. Southbound, south of Gage, might be San Pedro. Southbound San Pedro? Southbound, south of Gage.